Well, it's great to have everyone here. I know we're being recorded for posterity, but if anybody would like to join me on camera or join us on camera, I guess that would be welcome, but certainly not required or mandatory. Oh, hi, Dana. How are you? Hello, Andre, and hello to everybody here. Let's see. I think we have maybe one of these people is a recording actually, the Expert Agile Club or wait, I don't know. Is it? What is it? No, no, okay, that's you. All
Yes,
right.
it's me that's recording.
Oh, okay, so we've got one, two, and you're not gonna play, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like we have 7 people here.
Yes, and
Is
I
there
don't
anybody?
know if anybody will join. I will, once you share the board, the link, I will post it in our Zoom live, and not our Zoom live, our LinkedIn live as well. Because we have a couple viewing there, so I don't know if anybody will jump in there either.
Oh, okay. I think for that we'll do the screen share.
Okay.
To not be able to answer their questions or interact with them would make it difficult for them to play.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. We have the perfect number to play. Now you guys can all be in the same band of adventurers. Now, some of you might choose not to actually participate all that much. That's okay. But it does work best if you either have a PC or a tablet. It doesn't work so well on a phone. In that case, you'll just be listening. You may not hear all that much, but I will try to give a sort of a blow by blow of what's going on. Like, oh no, Dana's being attacked by the orc, or whatever. We'll see how that goes. All right. So why are we doing this? Why did I say orc and what is a hero of agility? That sounds like something I'd like to be. Oh yes, Damon's a hero of agility. Andre's a hero of agility. Right? That sounds cool. But really, this is a game. You can think of it as a simulation. There's all kinds of agile simulations out there. Most of the ones that we talk about are sort of receding into the mist of time, like the penny game and the ballpoint game and all those sorts of things, because we're not really interacting in person all that much these days. It is what it is. But there are more and more activities coming out online to help people that are new to Agile or just need a little sort of dose of energy or excitement. One I heard of recently is something, build your own monster or something like that. That sounds really interesting. I haven't done a lot of research. I know there's others out there. There's even an Agile video game that I saw recently at Agile Games West last year. Anyway, the point is there's more and more activities coming online. Keep your eyes and ears open. This is one of them. And so it's entirely online. It was originated in person, but obviously things had to morph. The goal of this game is to help people understand the pure essence of what Agile is, right? If you're a Scrum Master or a coach or an evangelist and you try to talk to somebody about what Agile is, they say, oh, so it's a new methodology, new project management method, or, there's a manifesto. What is this really? And if you bring a group of people together, developers, testers, UX people, BAs, whatever, DBA, and you have them work in sprints for 2, 3, 4 sprints, whatever, it's a really long time through the different cycles, a really long time. And there's no guarantee that any of those sprints are going to have that magic Agile feeling that Agilists really talk about and get excited about, even almost a religious fervor about. But we're going to do that in this game, just like some simulations are similar. In this game, we're going to cycle through 5 minutes per sprint. Have that magic feeling so that people can say, oh, that's what you're all excited about. I don't see how you can possibly do that with code or marketing or HR, but at least now I know what you're talking about. Right? So it can move from what the heck are you talking about to how the heck can we do it, which is a much better place to be. So before I introduce the game, and we'll play the game, and then we'll debrief at the end. There won't be much to talk about as we go through other than any clarification on instructions. I'm going to make what I think of as a fairly strong statement. You may agree or disagree. It's fine with me either way. You may have had the same experience. I believe there's one and only one way for people to really say, oh, that's what Agile is. Just one way. What could it be? To be on a truly Agile team. That's the only way. And how can you be on a truly Agile team? It's simple. You collect a whole bunch of people that already know what it is and you put them together. Anybody spot a problem in that little plan? It's the chicken and the egg. Which came first? The Agilists or the Agile team? I don't know. So the way to solve that, one way to solve that is give people that experience through an analog like this activity or the penny game or the Lego simulation or the build a monster or whatever it is. But without having that experience, I don't actually think you can talk it into people. If they could, we wouldn't be having this presentation. We know such thing as Scrum Masters or Agile coaches. Everybody be doing it because they'd be like, oh, how's that work? Oh, it works like that. I'll do it. That's clearly not what's happening out there. So we need activities like this and others. All right, now that I'm setting expectations up here, like, oh, some magic incantation. Well, actually, there is magic in the game, but I don't know if it will affect people or not. We'll see. So we're going to basically play Dungeons and Dragons. And if you don't like board games, if you're like, oh, Dungeons and Dragons, well, this might not be the game for you, and maybe spectate. But the other possibility is just go with it, check it out, see how it is. So here we go. I'm going to give you a brief whirlwind introduction to the game. I'm going to explain the instructions. Then you guys are going to play it. I'll be around to answer any questions. It may seem like a bunch to take in, but actually you'll absorb it pretty quick. The first round always goes poorly. One group I played with, we had teams that got negative 60 something points in the first round. That's fine. In the second round, it's maybe not so fine. But first round never goes well. It's okay. Second round will go better. And maybe we'll go to a third round. We'll see. So without further ado, I bring you the dungeon. I bet you didn't expect to hear that. There it is, the dungeon. Bum, bum, bum. So here we have the tiles are just covering the dungeon so you can explore. And here we have a shop with a fine shopkeeper that serves beer, it's a craft beer, which it's very good. They do have wine, but it's actually mead. I don't know if you've ever had mead. So not my favorite. But the shop is where you bring in the bounty, right? What do you bring a bounty in? On the monsters. Well, how do we get to the monsters? That's a good question. But first, we need to select a playing piece. And it just occurred to me that these are very generic, boring looking playing pieces. They don't look like, elves or wizards or anything, but whatever. So when you get here, you're going to take one of these, you'll select one, and you'll move it into the shop area or this beginning area that happens to have the shop in it. All right, so you'll each select one. Now you can't move other people's pieces. That's kind of like grabbing somebody by the shoulder and being like, hey. All right, so let's not do that. Leave other people's, pick a piece and then leave everybody else's pieces alone. Just move yours. All right, so once we've got enough adventurers in here, we can play. All right, so that's what you're going to do. You're going to move everybody in here, and then you're going to explore around. You're going to get score. I'm going to explain that in a moment, but here's where you're going to go. So I'm going to drop you here where the people are. You select one, bring it to the center. That's how we start. Now, I'm not going to ruin the dungeon here. So we have a demonstration dungeon. You don't hear demonstration dungeon every day. So here's our demo. Look, it's even labeled demonstration dungeon. So same thing. It's just smaller, makes it easier to play. So I need a volunteer. Oh, thank you, Dana, for volunteering. That is so kind of you, right? It's so helpful. Now, it turns out Dana has played this game before, but it is a team sport, so don't worry. She's not going to, get a higher score than anybody else. She's going to be on the same team with everybody here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to be the red person here. Dana is going to be the purple person here, and I'm going to move both of us just for this demonstration. And Dana is going to volunteer by answering questions or asking questions, and she'll get the cues as we go along. So the first thing is, if you've played board games before, you might be thinking, okay, I need to roll dice. First I move, then you move. There's turns, all that kind of stuff. You don't have to worry about that here. That doesn't work that way. It is a little bit confusing, but here it comes. Anybody can do anything at any time. Yeah. So for instance, let's say this is me in red here. I can move as much as I want. Oops, goodbye. I'm just doing circles around Dana here. Let's get Dana moving. She's moving at the same time. Right, so she's moving, I'm moving. We're doing a little do-si-do here. Anybody can move at any time. You do not have to take turns. The limiting factor is that you can only move one square at a time. Now you might say, oh no, I could do this. Yeah, okay, but that's cheating. No cheating. You have to move and stop, right? So you can think of the white line as like a stop line. Imagine there's a cop there and he's not in a good mood. And you just go, woo, and he says, hey, that's not a rolling stop. So you got to stop at the stop line, then you can move. So here's me moving at top speed, obeying those rules. I'm usually better at this. Okay, there we go, right? So it's a little jerky because I'm stopping in each square. That's what limits my speed. Other than that, you can move as much as you want. So that's the basic rule. Now, how do we explore? Well, Dana has an intuition to go down this way, and I have an intuition to go this way. And you can see that there are very clearly marked doors. They have an arrow, they have an arch. And sometimes people think there's a door over here. There is not a door over there, and there's actually nothing. You can't get in there, right? I mean, there's something there, but there's no way to get there. You have to teleport. You have to actually be magic. So if there's no door, you can't go there. So I go over here, go to the door, and to explore, you just remove the tile. So you can see I can move it around. I can delete it. It's gone. There's nothing there. So wow, maybe there's something under here. I don't know. Don't see anything. Oh, there's nothing there. Meanwhile, Dana has had an intuition to go this way. She takes the tile, deletes it. You don't have to move it aside. There's no conserving anything out. We're not going to clean up or anything. You can just delete it. That's fine. And she says, Damon, I just want to calmly inform you that there is a monster here and it seems to have bad intent. Would you mind coming this way very calmly? I don't know if it was me, I might be a little, but Dana, she's super calm. So I come on over and say, oh, how may I assist? So there's work to be done to defeat the monster. Now, the kind of work that you would do is design, art, coding, testing, whatever you would do in your normal day-to-day job on a team. But here we have the following kind of work that we do. We do math problems, we do categories, and we do drawing. It's a very strange, workplace, but that's what we do for work here. That's how we get paid. So on this one, there's one math and one category. So Dana, I'm going to give you a very complicated math problem. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here it goes. 2 plus 2.
4.
Yes. All right. So now it may seem like a very, sometimes people are tempted to say, okay, what's the square root of pi to the second? I don't know that there's actually an answer to that, but please don't do that. Don't hurt people's heads. Simple, because in the heat of battle here, you just need simple. The only complication is it has to be a different problem every time. It's honor system, so if you mess up, don't worry. But it can't be 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2. It has to be 2 plus 2, 1 plus 5, 10 plus 10, whatever it is. All right, so the orc staggers, but doesn't quite go down. So now we've got one category. And for categories, we need a category that there's 3 of, at least. Could be more. Don't make it complicated. Somebody gave me, I don't know, Asian birds the other day, and I was like, I don't know, give me something else. I don't know. So something pretty simple like states or countries is actually probably more international. Something that there's 3 of. And if it says 2 category, then there needs to be 2 categories like boys' names and then countries or something like that. In this case, we only need 1 category. So Dana, give me a category.
Animals.
Animals. Okay. Actually, I saw some deer earlier today. That was kind of cool. The other day, I saw a raccoon and a fox. All right. So there we go. I didn't see a fox, but that's another animal. Okay. So the orc falls over. It's dead. A little gruesome, but it's dead. And to get the bounty, which is 9 points, we have to bring it back to the shop. I'll also point out there's another little detail here. It has 2 people listed there. That means there needs to be 2 or more people in there in order for you to attack the monster. All right. So we've got the 2 people in there. We defeated it. To get the bounty, you got to get it back to the shop. And to get it back to the shop, one of us will put it in the backpack. And since I'm the only person over here that has control at the moment, I'm going to put it in my backpack. I'm the red person, so I'm going to drag it to the red backpack. There it is. All right. So now it's in my backpack. How can I put a whole orc in my backpack? Because it's magic.
Hey, Damon,
Yes.
we had someone else join, just to let you know. Maybe they left already. We did have someone that joined. I just wanted to let you know. Looks like they might have left.
Okay. Well, if somebody joins late, that is like adding a team member in the middle of a project. So the team will just have to absorb that in some way. All right. So that'll be.
I'll keep an eye and let you know again.
All right. Awesome. Let's see. So we got the orc in the backpack. It's magic. Made that joke. Okay. Let's see. Where are we? Oh, so now I have to get back to the shop. So I go trudging back to the shop and I made it. Meanwhile, Dana has continued on. She's a brave adventurer. She's exploring. I have gotten back to the shop, which means the orc in my backpack is back at the shop. And I can now put it on the scoreboard. Ta-da!
Okay, we have them back in again. I don't know who it was, but we are back to 9. So you'll have to see who
No worries.
are in. I don't know who you have in, so.
No worries. No worries. Okay. So once you've got back to the shop, you move it out of your backpack into the scoreboard. You've got a score. That's most of the game. There's more to the game. We're going to have a couple rounds here. I'll explain how that works later, just to keep it simple for now. All we need to focus on is moving, exploring, combating, putting the results into your backpack, and then moving to the scoreboard. And I'll be here to answer any questions that come up, so no worries. Couple more things. We're almost at the end here. Now, Dana has continued down, and she's exploring. And she explores here, and oh, there's nothing there. Explores. Oh, there's a skeleton. All right, we got a chance to get 8 points. So she says, hey, come on, stop drinking your beer. I'm like, yeah, well, it's good. Come on down. And there's 2 of us here again. And we have drawing and a category. So now we need to draw. In order to draw in Mural, there's a little drawing tool over on the left here. All right, it says draw. Click on it and you can draw all kinds of things. This is, I know you don't have to draw as good as me. I mean, that's, that's like some kind of Picasso work of art there, but keep it simple, right? Because for instance, I can't draw, but that's how you draw. To get out of drawing mode, you hit escape or hit the done drawing in the upper right. So just to quickly show you that again, and there's the done drawing in the upper right. So I can click on that. I'm done drawing. Okay, so Dana, please give me something very simple to draw. Please not a pigeon or an elk or something like that. Like a simple shape would be great.
A triangle.
Triangle. More complicated than a line, but that's fine. Okay, so triangle, there we go. Ta-da! So the skeleton again staggers, not quite. Oh, we ran out of time. So there's the last rule. When you run out of time, you are penalized by anything that you have not yet defeated. So the skeleton, not yet defeated. -8 points. We have an orc for 9. So Dana and I have 1 point. I mean, it's just the rule. So let's not worry about it too much. Also, it's better than -60. So there's that. And, I blame me. So 1 point, not bad. What are the rest of the rules? We'll get there after everybody's done 1 round, but let me just stop there and see what questions we already have. Okay, no worries. All right, so I'm going to bring us over to Dungeon 1. I'm going to put the URL for everybody to go. All right, so I'm going to put it in the chat. You click on it. It may look like you need to register and fill out a bunch of data and all that. You don't have to. You should see something that says join as visitor or guest, whatever they're calling it today. That's fine. You can put in an optional name, I think, but you don't need to. Just click on visitor or guest and come right here. If the screen should go gray, I don't know why it does this, but if it goes gray, in the upper right, there'll be an X. Click the X and you should be all set. To move around, to navigate in Mural, you just drag on the canvas anywhere and it moves the mural. It doesn't move it for everybody. It's just for you. So no worries. There are 4 ways to zoom. And if you run into any trouble, you can put it in the chat or just say it out loud and we'll take care of it. Don't worry on this first round. It's just to get going. So to zoom, you can either use the scroll wheel, right? So I'm scrolling on the scroll wheel, if you happen to have a scroll wheel. Or if you have a trackpad, you can use 2 fingers on the trackpad. All right, that'll zoom. Or you can use Control+, Control-, or you can use the zoom controls down in the lower right in the bird's eye view. All right, so let me just make that a little more obvious there. There it is. In the lower right, there's a bird's eye view. So you can click into it, move around. There's plus and minus here. All right, so it's pretty easy to use. Okay, there we go. So here comes the link in the URL. I'm sorry, here comes the here comes the link in the chat. And we won't start until everybody that's going to play is there. If you're not going to play, that's okay. I'm going to continue to share the screen. You can just hang out and see what happens. Yeah, and you move your piece into the center. Looks like we got 2 players so far. Could be a very small team. All right, so we got 1, 2 people there. All right, we got a 3rd person coming in. And if it looks like you need to sign in, you don't need to sign in. Just hit guest or visitor. You don't need to register. Don't worry about that. All right, we got a 4th person in there. That's interesting that all the different animals and fish, they got 2 sea lions. Got to talk to those coders. What's going on there? We got a visiting seahorse and a visiting horse. All right, so maybe it's the 4 players. So we have 4 players. Only 2 have selected an avatar and moved to the middle. So you're going to want to take one of these playing pieces and move it into the middle. That indicates that that's you. All right, I think I will play too. So I will be the red dude. See how this goes. Now, I'm going to put myself at beginner level, right? So I'm not going to contribute all that much. I'm just going to be a random player helping out, right? You can think of me as a non-player character or, in-game AI or something, however you'd like to look at it. Okay, so we got 3 players here, and anybody can do anything at any time. So you can move around, you can click on a tile that is on the other side of a door and see what's there. Go. And I'm going to start the timer.
All right, I need another person.
Who is that? Is that you, Dana?
Yes.
Okay, well, it looks like whoever is in green is coming over. I'm gonna go explore.
All right. All right, Andrea, we need 2 math questions. So if you can give me what is 2 plus 2? We used a practice round, so it doesn't count this time, Damon.
We'll see. Oh, Andrea, can you hear us? Andrea, can you hear us? You're on mute. Okay, there we go.
4. 2 plus 2 is 4.
All right, perfect. And do I give a second as well, Damon, or does Andrea give me?
Well, it says 2 math, so you can do it in either way. You can give her one, or she can give you one.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and give one, Andrea. 1 plus 1.
2.
All right, perfect. I'll go back to the shop.
Oh, you got to put it in your backpack first. You
put it in the
so
backpack
go ahead and
first.
yes, drag the skeleton over to the purple backpack area there.
All righty.
There we go.
Now I can move to the shop.
And I'll just let you know I found an orc, so maybe Andrea, you can come down and where I am, and Dana, keep exploring. And then, oh, you put it over the, yay, we've got a score of 8. That's so fantastic. Look at us go. All right, so, oh, you found something up there too. Okay, so Andrea, we have a math and a category. I'll give you a category, colors.
Green.
Oh, we need 3 always for the category.
Oh.
Green and 2 others.
I see.
No worries.
2 others. Let's see. Maybe something interesting, teal, and then pink.
All right. So that's a category. And then you could give me a math problem. Keep it simple.
Okay. 4 plus 1.
4 plus 1, 5. Woo! All right. I'll tell you what. You keep exploring, and I'm going to put this in my backpack.
All right, and if you can come help me again, Andrea.
Oh, actually, that's great. Yeah, you don't have to explore. We already found something.
All right, perfect. We have 1 draw. Do you want me to draw something?
Sure.
What would you like?
Let's do what's not complicated. Let's do a heart.
Okay.
That's Valentine's Day is coming up here.
That's as good as we're gonna get right there.
That's not bad.
And then for 1 category, let's see, sodas.
Sodas. Pepsi. Oh, and then 2 more, right?
Yep.
Okay, Pepsi, Fanta, and Dr. Pepper.
Oh, nice.
Andrea, come help me. Oh, actually, after you bring the skeleton back, we need all 3 of us over here for the giant.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, 3 drawings. How about we each give each other a drawing, and then we should be all set.
Okay.
Andrea, a square.
A square.
All right,
Yeah.
Damon, circle.
Okay. And then Andrea, you got to give Dana one.
Let's do an arrow.
All right, and then you need to, oh, you already made a square. Look at that. Okay, great. All right, I volunteer. You folks keep exploring, and I'm gonna bring this back to the store.
Oh, I need help.
The dragon doesn't count because there's
I keep
4
finding
required.
monsters.
Yeah, that's okay. That doesn't count because there's 4 and there's only 3 of us. So
Oh,
those,
okay.
if it was an in-person board game, that would have been removed. So now the interesting thing is, let's imagine that that was a 3-person thing that we could attack.
Yep.
Then that would have counted against us because we turned it over at the last minute. But we're just going to look the other way there. So our grand total is 8 and 8. Oh, 8 and 12 is easy. That's 20. And then 9, 29. And then 8 is 37. So we get a score here, a grand total of 37. Wow, that is way better than minus 60. We rock. Okay. So we're halfway there. Not bad, not bad. Next step. We just spent 5 minutes in round 1. Now we're going to spend 4 minutes just discussing how can we beat our score. I know it's a good score, 37, but how can we get 38 or more? We want to get as many points as we possibly can in 5 minutes next time. So 38 or more, but as many points as we can get. All right, so I'm going to start the clock. We've got 4 minutes to discuss what could we do differently to get a higher score next time. Who's got a thought?
I think we can move whenever we do exploring, like maybe don't go too far when we explore, so that if we need 3 folks, that we can get to each other quicker, a little bit quicker.
Okay. I think one thing that worked is the whole thing that we were doing sort of accidentally, but maybe we could do on purpose. You know, maybe Dana goes to explore first, and if she finds some, you know, actually, I guess we could all explore. We could all explore, and then when somebody finds something, we'll all go there. If it's 2 people required. If not, you know, if it's not 3 people, then the 3rd person could go find the next monster. That's my thought.
Okay.
Who else has another thought?
When you explore, do you just get stuck in that new room?
No, you can keep exploring, but if you find a monster, you can't go through it. But if we find a monster, then find another monster, then find a monster, we might not defeat them all, so we could have a really high negative score.
Got it.
But you're not stuck. You can keep going unless if there's a monster, you can't go through it. That's all. Any other ideas how we can beat our score?
Do we want to have like pre-categories, like we go can we do that? Is that cheating?
The only thing that would be cheating is if we during the game like uncovered tiles and stood them, you know, put them back or something. But in the next 2 minutes, we can use the time however we like.
So do we want to talk through categories?
Okay. What? So we already used some.
Yeah.
What else could we use? Boys' names, girls' names. There's more colors out there.
Yeah, true. Alphabet.
Oh, letters of the alphabet. That's a category. Oh, that's a really good one. We could keep reusing. Oh, well, no, we can only use letters of the alphabet once. Right. It'd be different letters, but it'd be the same category.
Fruit, types of fruit.
Oh, fruit's good.
Yeah.
Birds is not too bad, but just you know, if we use it, yeah, we can only use it once. I guess bird's not too bad.
Okay.
We didn't use countries before, I don't think.
Yeah, countries.
Company names. Oh, and the shapes could be even simpler. Like we already used square and circle, but we could use dot, line.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about that.
Or moon. star, rectangle.
Yeah.
Well, you would think these would come quickly. It's
They
like,
don't, not in the moment. It's like,
yeah, right. It's in the moment. It's like, oh no, I gotta think about one camera. Ah.
exactly. Like, wait, what?
Exactly.
What is a
All right.
country?
All right. I think we can call that done. All right. So we got to reset to dungeon number 2 now. So let's all come on down here to area 2 and bring our avatar in the middle.
Sorry, finding it.
What was our other color there? Purple. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're all 3 there. Let me start the timer. Okay. So we're all going to explore, see if we find something. I found one. Who's in green? You can come up where I am. All right, so triangle. Oh no, we did that. A line.
A line.
And give me a category.
A category. Pizza toppings.
Pepperoni, ham and cheese, and pineapple and ham.
Woohoo.
And then you did the drawing, so okay. If you go with Dana, I will bring this back to the shop.
Yes. All right, we have 2 math. So 3 plus 1.
4.
All right. And 4 plus 1.
5.
All right. Going to the back.
Okay. There's a giant here, so if you all come after you've done the shopping, I'll come down to the giant. All right, so Dana, draw a moon,
Alrighty.
simple moon. And somebody give me a category.
Birds.
Oh, hummingbird, blackbird, bluebird. Okay, and Andrea, 10 plus 10.
20.
All right, if you guys explore, I'll do the backpack again.
Alrighty. Oops, sorry.
Oh.
Maybe we should stick together and explore. We only need one.
Okay. All right, I have one.
Ooh, I'll keep exploring.
Okay. All right, math problem. 5 plus 5.
5 plus 5?
Yep.
10.
All right. You're really using your math skills today. All right. And then do you want to give me a category?
Sure. Fruits.
Fruits. So mango, dragon fruit, and apple.
Ooh. Great.
All right. I'll move it to the backpack.
All right, I found a giant and orc. I figure we have enough time, so I uncovered both of them. Actually, if everybody comes to the giant after the shop.
Yep.
We got 3 drawings. All right, so we should each give another person a drawing. Dana, a dot.
Okay. All right.
Somebody give me
Andrea, a line.
I think we already did line.
Did we? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. A star.
And I need one.
A moon. Oh no, we did moon. The sun.
There we go. All right, if you guys go do the orc, I'll bring this guy back.
Two categories.
Let's see, boy names.
Boy names. James, Robert, and William.
All right, perfect. One for me.
And then categories. Cities.
Chicago, New York, LA, Los Angeles, I guess.
Ooh,
All right. I'll move it to the backpack.
perfect.
Run, we got 3 seconds, run, go as fast as you can. Oh, right on the nose. Oh,
I
that's
wasn't
okay. Oh
paying
yeah, so you made it back. All right, so that's 49 plus 9 is 58. Woo, look at that. We went from, what did we have? We had 37 to 58. We improved by 21 points. Not quite double, but respectable, right? Especially considering the size of our team. That's
Yeah.
impressive. All right. So that's basically the game. It's really fast. And let me ask, this is for anybody here. What sorts of things that we talk about in Agile, like if you're thinking of the manifesto or the kinds of Agile teams, or like what do we call the Agile teams, or you think about the different pieces of Scrum, the meetings, all that, or you think about Kanban, what sorts of things did we just experience in the game? You can put it in the chat or just blurt it out. Retro, yeah. We had the 4-minute discussion about how we're going to get better. All right, so we had the retro. What other things did people notice?
We did planning as well.
Yeah, and it was short.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with longer term planning, right? But the planning that we did was short. 1 sprint, and then we adjusted for the next sprint. Yeah, absolutely. So we had sprints. Oh, I didn't say, oh, maybe I said sprint earlier, a little bit of a spoiler alert. But yeah, we had sprints. Round 1, retrospective. Round 1, talk. Round 2, sprint, retrospective, sprint. If you look at all the different pieces of Scrum, what other pieces of Scrum did we just experience? For anybody here.
We self-organized as well.
We were self-organizing.
We collaborated.
Damn good too, I think. All right. So we're self-organized team. What other kind of team were we, for anybody? I feel like we've turned into a quiz show or something, but hey, we had dragons earlier, so. Well, we were a cross-functional team, right? We had people that could draw, we had people that could do math, we had people that could do categories, some clearly better than others. Blackbird, bluebird. Well, at least I got hummingbird in there, but nothing really exotic. Okay, what other kinds of things do we have in there? Well, I would say we had all of them, right? So we limited our work in progress. So Kanban, some parts of Kanban, the sprint review, we either had something to show for our sprint or we didn't. Right? We didn't have work in progress. Oh yeah, we did a lot of exploring and we opened up a lot of territory. Right? We were focused. We were one team. We were co-located. Now these days, co-location is difficult. I'm not saying you must be co-located, but we were at least in compatible time zones. Right? I'm not saying you have to do that either, but imagine playing this particular game across, very disparate time zones. Or imagine playing this game with multiple teams simultaneously. It's just not a good idea. Right? Okay, practically speaking, real world, all that, yeah, I get it. But the thing about Agile is not how do we keep things the way they are and do Agile? It's what do we need to change in order to be Agile? And that's not necessarily easy. But if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it, right? Okay. So I'm not saying it's this game. It could be this game. It could be any number of other games. There are more and more that we can use. And in fact, I am going to share the template of this if you'd like to use it.